Hello children, nice to see you all back again. First language English, my 8th standard friends are here, am I right? Yes children, and today's chapter for discussion is prose piece, yes, the 6th lesson, okay, and what is the name of the lesson? Model Millennium, the Model Millennium by Oscar Wilde, okay children. And have you gone through the lesson? No? Fine. Let us have a look at the lesson. Hope you have taken your textbooks, a pen and a notebook in your hand. Are you ready? And before we go to the lesson, shall we have a story time? Listen to the story. I hope you all will enjoy.
Greed never pays.
Hello kids.
Hi Grandpa, what is the story for today? We are very eager to listen.
Sure, today I will narrate you the story of a goldsmith and a magician. Once upon a time, there lived a goldsmith. People who were in need of money came to him and mortgaged their gold ornaments.
This is what I can give you.
The goldsmith was very greedy and cunning. One day, a person comes to his shop to repay the loan amount. But to his shop, the goldsmith says,
Sorry, I cannot give you the ornaments. As per my calculation, you still have to pay me 10,000 rupees. Sorry, I cannot give you the ornaments. Your loan is not yet cleared.
the way the goldsmith cunningly cheats people in greed to make more money. People feel cheated and they decided to teach him a lesson. They approach a magician living nearby. They request the magician to help them in teaching the goldsmith a lesson.
Don't worry, I will help you.
One day, the goldsmith was sitting in his shop. He overhears two people talking about how the magician can double any item we give him. The greedy goldsmith visits the magician with a bag of gold ornaments.
How can I help you? I heard about your magical powers of doubling any item people give you. I request you to take this ring and double it. Okay, please close your eyes. Abracadabra. Abracadabra. Now open your eyes. Amazing! Sir, I have some gold ornaments. I request you to double these also. Okay, keep them here and close your eyes. Abracadabra. Open your eyes, take your bag and open it only after you go home. Thank you, thank you.
So children, what do we learn from the story?
Greed pays nothing. Being greedy destroys us.
Yes, greed never allows a person to be happy and satisfied.
Yes children, did you listen to the story? What does it talk about? You should not be greedy, is it not? Yes, did you enjoy? Fine children, and it's time now we open our textbooks, okay? And before that, I would like you all to listen a few things about the author. And who's the author of this lesson? The Model Millennium. Author is Oscar Wilde. Fine children, to know more about this author, he was born on October 16th, 1854 in Dublin, which is in Ireland, okay? And he died on November 30th, 1900 at the age of 46 years in Paris, France. Yes, children. And some of his notable works are, here are a few of his notable works. In 1891, his work, The Picture of Dorian Gray, and Lady Windmare's Fan, 1893. And next one, The Importance of Being Earnest, in 1895. And children, The Ballad of Reading Gaol, in 1898. These are a few of his works, children. Fine. And here he was awarded with a prize as well. What was the prize? Yes, Newdigate Prize. It is a British literary prize, children. Have you heard of this prize? The name of this prize? Newdigate Prize? No? Have a look here. And children, before we read the lesson, I want you all to have a look at some of the content words, new words, okay, which you will come across as we read the lesson. And here comes the first word. What is this? Stock exchange. Stock exchange. Hagandre en makle? Vinimaya Kacheri. Have you heard of this word? Yes. Stock exchange is a medium by which shares are bought and sold. Some of your parents or brothers, okay, your siblings, uncle or aunt would have said, I have got a share. I had got it for rupees 100 and now I want to sell it. I get 250 rupees. So there may be raise or there may also be chances of, yes, the fall of the investment. Fine. So this is called as stock exchange. And the next word is pounds. Okay, have you heard of this? What does pound mean? It is a currency. It's the official currency, sometimes known as pound or sterling. Of which countries? United Kingdom, Jersey, the Isle of Man, Gibraltar, South Georgia, and the South Sandwich Islands, and the British Antarctic Territory. Okay, all these places, they have the official currency, pounds. And children, this is how it looks. Yes. And the next word for the day is colonel. Kannadalli ಸೇನಾಪತಿ. ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಪದನ? ಆರ್ಮಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರಲ್ಲ? Fine. And children, ಇದು ಬಂದು, it's a rank of an officer in the army and in US Air Force. Indian Army, okay, it's a rank. What is the name of the rank? Colonel, kannadalli senapati, or in the US Air Force also, there is a rank called as colonel. And what is this rank? Where does it rank? Here is a picture to help you. Children, it starts, they are the commissioned ranks, okay, starting with lieutenant, okay, then you have got a captain, followed by major, lieutenant colonel, and then comes the colonel, okay. Higher than the colonel is the brigadier, followed by major general, lieutenant general, and lastly it is general. Can you list out an officer who was the general in the Indian Army? Well-known person? You find? Yes. What is that? General Cariappa. You have heard of his name, right? Yes, children. And the next word is wrinkled. Wrinkled andre eno? Sukkugattuvike. Okay. And you find it in elders above 80 plus. Fine. This is how they look. Okay. What do you call this as? Wrinkled. Wrinkled face, wrinkled hands. Okay. As they age, we find this. And next, children, ragged. Ragged andre eno? Chindi agirodu. Chindi andre eno? What is chindi? Which is torn and which is old. All clothes which are torn and they are old, ಈ ಥರ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಷನ್ ನವ ಡೇಸ್. ಯು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಟೀನೇಜರ್ಸ್ ವೇರಿಂಗ್ ದಿಸ್ torn pants. Okay? Yes, that's a fashion. Coming to the next word, children. What is it? Sovereign. What is sovereign? It's a British gold coin. And what is the value of that? It is worth £1 sterling, children. And this is how it looks. Okay? It's a British gold coin. And next, these many words for today. And now, I want you all to open your textbooks. Okay? I have already told you, today we are reading the 6th prose piece. Okay? From First Language English textbook. Class 8, it's mentioned above as well. Can you say it? Yes. And the name of the lesson is The Model Millionaire. Okay? The Model Millionaire by Oscar Wilde. I want you all to open page number 44 in your textbook, children. Open page number 44 and listen carefully. Okay? And here we go. And children, before reading the lesson, I want you all to be familiar with the cast in the play. Okay? There are a few characters here. And shall we list out a few? And there are a few characters here. And here it goes. Erskine, the lover, Laura Merton, fiancée of Hughie, Colonel, Laura's father. Okay. And next, it is Alan Trevor, Jose, the painter. And next it is Baron Hausberg, the model. And you also have Gustav Nauden, who is the messenger. These are the characters in the play. There is also an attender. Okay? And children, listen to the lesson. Prose 6, The Modern Millionaire by Oscar Wilde. The lover. Hughie Erskine was a very good looking young man. He was liked and admired by both men and women. He never said an unkind word about anyone, but he was not very clever and never had any money. He was always changing his job and had tried everything. At one time, he had worked on the stock exchange, which had lasted for 6 months. He had been a tea merchant for a little longer than that, but soon got tired of selling tea. Then he tried selling sherry instead, but again he failed. At last, he gave up trying to work and lived on £200 a year given to him by an old aunt. Now, he was in love with a girl called Laura Merton, who was the daughter of a retired colonel. Laura loved him very much, and together they made a handsome couple. Of course, neither of them had any money. The colonel, although he liked Hughie, would not allow them get married. Come to me, my boy, when you have got £10,000 of your own, and we will see about it, he would say. Poor Hughie, he was very miserable. One morning, on his way to see Laura, Hughie called in to see a friend of his who lived quite near. His friend's name was Alan Trevor, and Trevor was a painter. He was a strange man with a red beard. However, he was a very clever artist, and many people bought his paintings. When Hughie came in, he found Trevor finishing the full-size picture of a beggar man. The beggar himself was standing on a raised platform in a corner of the room. He was an old man, bent and wrinkled, with a piteous look on his face. Over his shoulder, he had a ragged brown coat, all torn and dirty. His thick boots were patched and well worn, and with one hand he leaned on a rough stick. In the other hand he held out a hat for money. "What a wonderful model," whispered Hughie as he shook hands with his friend. "A wonderful model?" shouted Trevor at the top of his voice. "I should think so. You won't meet a beggar like him every day." "Poor old man," said Hughie. "How miserable he looks." "Of course," replied Trevor. "You don't want a beggar to look happy, do you?" "How much does a model get for a sitting?" asked Hughie. 10 pence an hour." "And how much do you get for your picture, Alan?" "Oh, for this I get 2,000 pounds." "Well, I think the model should get some part of that," cried Hughie, laughing. "He's working quite as hard as you." "Nonsense, nonsense! Why, look at all the trouble of putting on the paint and standing up all day. It's not easy work, I can tell you. Now, do stop talking. I am very busy. Smoke a cigarette and keep quiet." The model. After some time, a servant came to tell Trevor that the frame maker wanted to speak to him. "Don't go away, Hughie," he said as he went out. "I will be back in a moment." The old beggar man sat down on a wooden seat that was behind him. He looked so lonely and sad that Hughie could not help feeling sorry for him. He felt in his pockets to see what money he had. All he could find was a sovereign. "Poor man," he thought, "he needs it more than I do." And he walked across the room and slipped the sovereign into the beggar's hand. The old man jumped and a faint smile crossed his lips. "Thank you, sir," he said. "Thank you." Then Trevor arrived and Hughie said goodbye and left, feeling a little silly at what he had done. Hope you all listened to the lesson. Did you follow the lesson? And did you enjoy listening? How was it? I hear all of you telling, "Oh ma'am, we enjoy listening." You liked it? And the rest of the lesson follows in the next week. Okay children, and here you have read the lesson, you have come across the new words, and now it's time to comprehend. Shall we comprehend the lesson? Yes, and here are a few questions for you. I want you all to read the questions and recall the story. Can we do it? Here we go. The first one is, what sort of man was Hughie Erskine? What kind of man was he? I have some points for you. He was a good-looking young man, is it not? He was liked and admired by men and women alike. He was not very clever and he never had any money. The next question. What are the various jobs he took up and why? We find people sticking on to one job, or we also find people who change their jobs. Why? They are not satisfied or they don't get enough money for their living. Is it not? Reason varies. Okay, or there is a misunderstanding between the employer and the employee, right? The reason varies, as I told you. But here in this lesson, okay, why did not Hughie stick on to one job? And what were the various jobs he took up, right? Let us list out the jobs he took up. Hughie Erskine, he was always changing his jobs. Why children? Because he was not successful in any one of them. Okay, let us list out what are the jobs he took up. Okay, good. Someone is telling me, Miss, he worked on the stock exchange. Very good. For how long period did he work there, children? He worked for 6 months. Look at the timing, look at the period. He worked only for 6 months. Okay, then he started selling tea. He left the job where he was working as the stock exchanger. Fine. He worked in stock exchange, quit the job and he started selling tea. And he was not happy with that as well. And what did he do later? Yes, he started selling sherry. What is sherry, children? It's a type of drink. The next question is, who was Alan Trevor? You recall? While introducing the cast in the play, we talked about Alan Trevor. Who was he? We will see. And what was Alan Trevor doing when Huey called on him? What was he doing? Shall we look at the answer? Yes, you are right. Alan Trevor was a painter. He was a painter. Okay. What was he doing when Huey came there? He was giving final touches to the life-size painting of a beggar. And after going this comprehension exercise, we have some vocabulary for you. What is the vocabulary, children? Shall we have a look at it? Yes. I have some pictures for you here. See the first one. What is it? Arm. What do you call that as? Arm. Okay. The next one. Another? Chair. What is it? Chair. Arm and chair together gives you another word. What is it? Armchair. This is how the armchair looks. Butter. Right? And look at the next one. Fly. Together. The new word is butterfly. What is this, children? Sun. Next one. Flower. Okay? Together. Very good. It is sunflower. This is how it looks. Sunflower. What are all this? You saw sun. Sun has got a different meaning. Then you saw flower. Flower has got a different meaning. Together, you get another word, that is sunflower. Is it not? So, what do you call them as? Compound word. Good. You call them as compound word. The word itself says there. What is compound? What is compound? Two single words which has got different meaning. They come together to form a new word and which has got its own meaning. Right? Shall we see what is a compound word now? You will tell me now. What is a compound word? Compound word is made up of two or more smaller words. Two smaller words, they combine to make a new word which has got a new meaning. The picture talks there. The picture here, the first one is pan, followed by cake, and the new word is pancake. What are the types of compound words? Are there types in compound words? Yes. The arrows tell you how many types of compound words are there. How many? 3 types. The first one is open compounds. Okay. What is open compounds? A few examples will follow later. Okay. First one, open compounds. The second one is closed compounds. Third one is hyphenated compounds. Children, now shall we look at some of the examples for open compounds? And here they go. Ice cream, living room, high school. Please notice the words. Ice, cream, living, room, high school. Yes? What do they say? There is a space in between the two words. ಅಲ್ವಾ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆ ಎರಡು ಐಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕ್ರೀಮ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಇದೆ ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ದೆರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅನ್ ಓಪನ್ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ದಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಓಪನ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನಾಗಾದರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ಡ್ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ earthworm, snowball, campfire. Well, somebody is prompting there. Miss, there is no space between the words. Correct. That is closed compounds. Then what is hyphenated compounds? One example. Yes, correct. Someone is telling, Miss, there is an hyphen between words. Yes, children, you are right. Mother-in-law, merry-go-round and get together. So, there is a hyphen. The hyphen separates the words. And children, I want you all to work on this. You have to pick out the compound word in each sentence. Shall we try? The first one. Read the sentence. We put the books on the big yellow bookshelf. Okay. So, in this sentence, which is a compound word? I help you? Yes, somebody has guessed it. Correct. See, the compound word is bookshelf. Yes, children. The next one. Look at the next sentence, children. Sheila picks up seashells on the beach. Okay. Which is the compound word? Yes, children. Which is the compound word here? Shall we have a look at it? You have guessed it correctly. It is seashells. Look at this. Going down. So, this is the compound word. I have got another sentence for you. Have a look at it. The popcorn is popping and smells good. Have you all eaten a popcorn? How does it smell? Good, right? We all love it. Movies, we demand for a popcorn. We all enjoy. And which is the compound word here? Did I prompt it? No? You have guessed it? Correct. Which is the compound word here? Popcorn. Here are a few questions for you, children. You will answer this in your notebooks. Kindly copy it down. Submit it to your teacher. Okay. Choose the correct alternative. Which of the following is not a characteristic of Huey Erskine's face? I have listed a few. It is good looks, brown hairs, grey eyes, large eyes. Okay. Which does not belong to his features. Children, the second one. Which of the following works Huey Erskine did not try to earn his living from? Work as a professional jester, work at the stock exchange, work as a wine merchant, work as a tea merchant. You are guessing it. Correct. Yes, children. Go to the third one. Where was the beggar man placed in the study of Alan Trevor when he was being painted? So, where was the beggar man placed? Choices for you. On a carpet, on a chair, in the corner, on the floor. Okay. Next one. Which of the following is not an attribute of Alan Trevor's face? Puckered face, blue eyes, rugged beard, rough exterior. And you have to answer this as well. Write answers to the following questions in 2 or 3 sentences. Huey Erskine remained poor. What professions he adopted but could not succeed? Second one, describe the appearance of the beggar man as he stood in the studio of Alan Trevor. Children, you have to work on compound words as well. Here is the question for you. There is a match the following. You will have to match the word in column A with its word in column B. Yes, children, you will work on this. And thank you all for listening. I will see you in my next class. Children, please study, go through the lesson once again, try answering. And this is Anthony Mary signing off. Thank you, children.